Here is some of my cash. I have more. I wanted to give it all to Lia because I have hurt her financially. And I want to make financial reparations because I feel I owe financial reparations. And she also saved my life. Another thing is, I feel the sacrifice would eventually let her know the truth. If I love somebody more than I love immediate family members, somebody who has all of the marks of predestination, and somebody who saved my life and has so much grace, even if she doesn't know certain things about herself that I can see, and I failed that person. I want the truth to be known, and it will torture me, and it will also not be good for her. It will be poisoning her mind if she believes falsehoods about me. And the police reports are absolutely believing falsehoods. And also, I never got to apologize to her. There might have been something she saw me say online or something, or maybe before, not before this last arrest, since my last arrest or sentencing, have I gotten to apologize to her. And since I got put on probation, I never have gotten to tell her I am sorry. So I'm going to jail for literally, it was inevitable. I need to eventually tell her I'm sorry. And all this cash here, I would have given to her if she just told me she got the $100 cash that I just sent. And so I hope that my time in jail, the judge, if the judge is watching this, or probation officer, would please consider, you're sentencing me to jail because I wanted to give a woman $100 every month, and I wanted to mail $100 cash, and I thought that was a sign that I found on the ground, because there's all these Perry signs. I'm devoted to Elizabeth Potter Perry, enshrined at Golden Valley Humane Society, and Lia helped me solve some of the signs that I, in a personal relationship with the victim, so I was able to solve that cold case. And her last name's Perry, and I was moved from the anniversary of her death to George Perry Floyd Square, and then of course the office on Perry Street, and then Matthew Perry dying the same day, October 28th, the previous October 28th before that. I had violated the probation, but this was the first time, please consider judge and probation officer, this is the first time I have contacted her. And it was because I wanted to mail her $100. And the reason I called more than once is because, for one, I told her I was sending it to a wrong address during one of the calls. I wanted to call and clarify. I mailed it to this P.O. box, actually. And then I wanted to call and clarify, this is the last time I will be making a phone call to you, so she doesn't think I'm going to continue. So, and there were multiple messages that I had to... I figured, well, I did it, I might as well do it. I made a mistake. I think it was too many calls, but, the answering machine goes, and I forget something. I want this to be as big of an apology as I can, because I know I'm going to go to jail for it. And I want to tell her how wonderful she is. I want to tell her how special she is, and I want to tell her some of the signs. And she's done some amazing things for me. I can't thank her enough for bringing me closer to Yitzhak Rabin. His name means Isaac, which means laughter, the father of Jacob, who was the husband of Lia Rabin. And because of, I didn't know that the last evening I met with Lia on 11/04 was the anniversary of the evening on 11/04 when the husband of Lia Rabin was assassinated. In Israel, they assassinated laughter. That's what the Prime Minister of... And I used to think Lia was the bride of the Joker, and Harley Quinn, the term my Chinese zodiac hair combined with Li or Lia, or which means meadow, is the meaning of Harley Quinn. And then Rachel is the bride of Batman, and Rachel is the one of the brides of Jacob, Leah the other, so it was like, the Joker, laughter, that was the meaning of Lia Rabin's husband. Anyway, I enshrined Lia Rabin's husband with images of her and Palestinians and Israelis working together, because he was assassinated by his own people for trying to create peace in the Middle East, okay, and being too kind, I guess, in trying to withdraw troops from areas that he occupied and making the Palestinian flag legal, okay, and assassinated by his own people for after winning the Nobel Peace Prize. So I really love Lia Rabin and Yitzhak Rabin, and Lia Rabin opposed Prime Minister Netanyahu, who is very, very infamous, considered he would be arrested in many countries if he visited as a war criminal. But it was October 7th, the Feast of Our Lady of the Rosary, anniversary of the Battle of Lepanto, the Feast of Our Lady of Victories, that I printed those pages out. And I had never printed out so much about Lia Rabin or anything with her and her husband until October 7th. And I did not know at the time that I was printing those out what had happened in Israel, that it was the biggest attack, loss of Jewish lives in one day since the Holocaust. And I did not know that at the time I was printing those out. And there is absolutely no way. That is all by chance. And another time I felt like I was speaking with a victim of the Holocaust about Lia Rabin and her husband, as a result of my last talking with Leah, the anniversary of Lia Rabin's husband getting assassinated. The following morning, there was a woman at Higher Ground while I was meeting saying it was so much better at Higher Ground when Leah was here. And I felt like I had deprived these poor people of a saint. I felt like a terrible, terrible person because I was the reason she quit her job or whatever happened, because of because of the things that I said. And she saved my life, and she never did a bad job. And I said she lacking in charity and danger to vulnerable adults. And I wanted to make it very, very clear she's none of those things, and she's incredible at her job. And I want to make her $1,200 richer every year, send her $100 a month. And I wanted to give her the rest of my cash because I'm going to jail anyways. And I would like it to be, if there could be some sort of an arrangement that Leah could show up and maybe legally with the right person, or her husband or her boyfriend or whatever, somebody tough to make sure I don't do anything, just so I can get all the money off of my EBT card, hand it to her and say, God bless you, I haven't seen her in a while. And that would be probably the best way to end it for both of us, and then I go off to jail. But please consider I'm going to jail, and I also wanted to thank Leah and say I'm in debt to her because of how closer she brought me to John F. Kennedy, her birthday's anniversary of his death, and someone gave me a Trump Kennedy shirt that I have, and I can prove it on other YouTubes. The name Trump, and right below it is Kennedy, and then Trump almost shares the fate of John F. Kennedy, and his brain almost getting blown out on international television, and it misses to hit his ear, as if those who have ears, let them hear. Like Leah needs to hear a message, so I say that. And another thing is, the Thomas was the name of the person that did that. She went to Thomas University, and Thomas means twin. I called her my twin flame. Met her in the Twin Cities, and twin flames are oftentimes not compatible because one is always fleeing and the other chasing. And it just means kind of like opposites of the yin and yang, but they're one connected, kind of thing. And then, doubting Thomas was the one who said, I will not believe that Christ is risen unless I can put my fingers in his wounds. And so the term doubting Thomas is given to those who doubt. And so obviously she and the attorneys and the public defender, the prosecutor, the judge, the police, whatever, the psychiatrist, they're all doubting Thomases. They do not believe the things that I have to say are inspired by God. Why would I be sacrificing so much just to apologize? Sacrificing so much just because I want my last words to be that she did something right, not that she did something wrong or negative. And also, it is not healthy. Someone I love is poisoning their mind if they believe that there is a threat that is not there. And I would still have nightmares of spiders if I did not hold them and encounter it. So even if a person is saying, no, I absolutely do not want anything to do with this person, well, you do not know if that is in the person's best interest. And if the person believes that that me, who would do anything for that person's good, is even if I have the opposite effect and that's probably why we should not be talking. I just want a happy ending, and I'd like to give her $100 a month. That's what I was trying to arrange, and that's why I'm going to jail. No threat, no anger, no resentment. Just, I want to make you $1,200 richer each year, and I want to thank you for saving my life, and I want you to know that you saved my life, and I want you to know that you did not do anything wrong, that you did something right, and you brought me closer to these historical figures, and some interesting things that are going on in the world today. Who knows what else she would have been capable of if we would have been working together, but and I still would like to give all this cash, and I've got that with what you saw, and I've got more on my card. Keep that in mind. Does a man really, because my probation officer wants me to execute my sentence, because she says I've done this twice, and I haven't done this twice. This is the first time I've got to say I'm sorry, and this first time I got to tell her she saved my life, and it's illegal to do so, okay? So I tried to, and it's the first time I've tried to offer money, sent $100 cash, I hope she got it, and I'm not going to do it again. Now that I've got to say I'm sorry, now that I've got to inform her that she's a great person, and try to do everything I can to bring healing to the situation, let her know there's no threat, that I don't resent her. Now, I don't have to continue repeating it, okay? I've done it once, I don't need to do it again. But I will always love Lia. If we don't talk again in this life, she shows up in Pentecostal experiences, where it's more than remembering somebody. There's a personal relationship with another entity, maybe like the Holy Trinity, Jesus and the Father and the Holy Spirit one. She's got another spiritual side of herself, or we're connected. It's her. So I will finish my treatment here, and I will turn myself in. My probation officer wants me to execute, which would mean going to prison, doing a lot of time. I don't know. I don't know what that means. It would be a long time, though, executing my sentence. And my probation officer is very angry at me. I would like you to consider it was 100%. It's an act of generosity, charity, trying to make somebody more wealthy, trying to. I actually really care about her feelings. And if she believes that somebody wants to harm her or resents her, that's actually bad for her feelings. And if she believes that she's a failure, which I apologize, I tried to make her feel like one, because I felt like one, and I was hurting, and I didn't think I'd get to talk to her again. She meant the world to me. So, if I made her feel like a failure, I was trying to make her feel like a success. And that is what my crime is. Do I really deserve to go to prison for that? God bless.